Hello, good morning. My name is Ace. I'm a hobbyist. We're going to be doing some digital art today. We're going to finish the sketch that we started yesterday. Started a little later than usual. You know, we're about we're about 2 weeks into streaming, regularly as a hobby. Still getting some things together. Still working out the kinks and quirks of my systems and whatnot. My settings that I had made for my tablet and this program returned shortly after streaming yesterday, as they would. All I really had to do was just turn off the setting and turn it back on. I now know that in the future, so if it happens, that's all I really need to do. I don't know why it switched off in the first place. It's never done that before, but we're still getting used to things. Of course, obviously it's going to be a shorter stream today. We're still up and down here, as far as the schedule is going. But I'm enjoying it. I like doing this, so it's not a big deal to me. And yeah, we're going to get started. It's my hope to do this sooner. In the morning. I know it's many of you will still be asleep. No matter what coast you're on. But it's the morning is literally the best time for me to draw. So I'm going to accept whatever comes with that. Okay, so this is a character that I made up. It's I made this character in high school a long time ago. She's obviously gone through a lot of changes since then. Um, I reinvented her with a more alternative, like an alternative look, as you can see here. And this is supposed to be a leather jacket. Gave her some jewelry, and I guess that's a tank top. I don't know, tank top or a deep cut blouse or whatever. But yeah, just a character. She's like more of an she's kind of like an action girl, but I see her as someone who is a friendly and likable person, but has a lot of secrets. It's my hope when she's not in the webcomic at all. This is more like the second story, my original story that I made in high school. She is a one of the characters in that story. She's not really the main character, but it's my hope one day to give her her own story at some point. I drew her about twice before. The first time I drew her, I felt like I failed because I was still trying to learn how to shade in digital art. Not that I had a grasp of it. I think my shading techniques have changed drastically over the years. My first one was more like Yoji Shinkawa's style of shading. I really enjoyed his art, and that was the example that I followed for a long time, especially through high school. But when I got out, um, hang on, let me get my keyboard here. When I got out of high school and I took some time off of drawing, so I kind of had to relearn, and my techniques changed over time. And I started learning more realistic shading. And I guess his is more realistic, but his style. Just his overall art style is something that I imitated for a while because I liked his art so much. And I had actually have her in this. I showed the what's left of my old drawings. I showed the folder on stream once. I didn't show anything in it, but one day I think I have a picture of her face. There was a lot of doodles in there that I have that I didn't finish as far as drawings. That was a one really bad habit I had of mine growing up, so I didn't really finish all of the things that I drew. Hey, 99, welcome. Good morning. How you doing? But yeah, it was a big bad habit of mine. I was just talking about the origins of this character here that I'm drawing. I made this character up in high school, and I'm basically just just kind of like updating her design now. I gave her more of an alternative look. I don't think I've ever put any effort into like the way she dressed back in high school, but this is how I picture her now. So this is what I'm going to do. So like more like a leather jacket, and we have like this is supposed to be her knee. I hope I can nail this pose here because it's I just I just made it like, it's just a basic portrait. She's not all the way in the shot, but it's not a big deal. My 5G is a big laggy. I'll be back in like 10-15 once the dog poops. Okay, I'll ask about it when I'm back. All right, no problem. make sure make sure he's all right. I'm sure he'll be all right. He'll get through it. But anyways, yeah, I drew her once before, or sorry, twice before, and in this folder that I have with what's left of my drawings from back then, I lost a lot of them, but some of them ended up in my sister's basement somehow. I don't know how, and that's what I have left. So, and one of the pictures I have just a partial face, but yeah, my like a bad habit of mine was just drawing and never finishing the drawing. And digital art, doing digital art over the years has really helped me combat that. Now I do, just as a disclaimer, some ideas that I felt like I didn't really feel too much, and this is like very few. I would say maybe I can probably count on one hand, but there were some things I didn't finish just because I just wasn't feeling it. Like I was like, nah, I don't like this. I don't want to see this through. But overall, my that habit is that bad habit has been diminished greatly. I feel like that I've done a good job of rectifying that. I try to draw things that help me improve and kind of challenge my current skill level. So and as well as like interesting things too. So I don't really have that problem as much nowadays as far as not finishing my drawings. I've posted things that online, in the past that I probably should have worked on a little bit longer, and I think that helped me get through it too. It just not being ashamed of the finished product, whether or not you didn't go fully, go all in on it, but you finished it anyway, and not just to finish it just for the sake of finishing it, but just well, I guess maybe I don't know, but just seeing a project through. Okay, that's what I really that's like my biggest goal for this webcomic that I'm going to do, which this character is not in. I just want to reiterate that you won't see this character for a while. The original story that I have made um, for in high school, I did plan to do that in a webcomic form at first, but over time I decided that that will be animated. So when I start an animation project, it'll be that story. I don't know when that will happen. I'm this close to storyboarding it though, because I know how it's gonna go. I've brainstormed the idea for years for the original story. And give me one second, because I want to. She has like she's not completely human. She's a humanoid character, and I wanted to give her like weird eyes, and I can't see my my folder, bro. But yeah, I wanted to give her like not human eyes. Like I was thinking when I a long time ago I was thinking, oh, I'll give her snake eyes, and then I drew her with snake eyes, and she looks evil as hell. So I was like, wait, no, she's not. I don't like it. On one hand, I was like, okay, because I kind of like that vibe, but um, no, I think she with actual snake eyes, she looks too evil, so I went with cat eyes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm pulling up a picture now of some cat eyes that I will use as reference because I want to make sure that even though it's probably you just draw the oval slits, but I'd feel better just imagining the color of them and how I'm gonna do, because I don't want to make them straight yellow. I want to like have the blend from the dark around the outsides of the cat eye, and like have the colors and whatnot, and I like to see it. I like to see it, so I feel like that helps me like nail the look of it better. Like I can imagine it better, if that makes sense. Just give me 1 second here. I'm looking. I'm trying to find the cat eyes that I will be using. I don't know which cat it is. It looks like a big cat, not like a domesticated cat. So I may have to scroll down a bit. I think I have everything sorted by date, so it should come up first, but you never know. And actually, yeah, I have pictures of. Yeah, I can see the snake. Yeah, I don't know. This is a concept. I could probably do another one and like finish it and just give her the snake eyes and see how that looks like as a whole. You know, but that's what I was thinking. I don't know. It looks too weird to me. But I'm not like completely against it. It's just I felt like that just wasn't how I envisioned it. So I'll just give her the cat eyes. Looks like a bobcat or something. I don't know. That's what. Anyways, I'm going to put the that type of eye on this character. She started off as like a ninja-esque character. I know that's kind of very common now, but I want to make her more of like a pragmatic fighter. Which I guess ninja are, but not in the traditional sense of oh, I got to use you got your standard. What do they give like a kunoichi, right? You get the two wakizashi. It's just I don't know if I want to do that again. I've I did envision her that for all these years, but I kind of want to change that a little bit. I might keep the roots of um an assassin type character, her still being good on the side of good, but just very pragmatic. I've been brainstorming lately um the story that I would tell with this character in animation form, and it's more like yeah, I've been working on that. So I think I have enough to write it, but I want to focus on the webcomic. I'm just doing like something other than topology for my 3D character. I don't want to keep doing like I want to just show it, just show the like what I did, which I already did on a different stream. It's literally just me copying pasting polygons over and over again, and I don't know if I want to do that for for extended amounts of streams, and it wouldn't take me long. I'll focus on it. What I'm gonna do is I'm for now the schedule that I've been following Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm gonna stick with that for a bit until the topology is done in, and I prefer a more flexible schedule. I want a hard line. Okay, this day, and this day. I know that's a thing that people look for sometimes, but it's just not the way I want to do things. I like to be able to set the day, but be flexible. Kind of like now, like I want to start sooner, but I haven't been starting sooner. I've been starting around 9 or 10. It's been 10 lately. It's things that I can't. I just literally can't help. But I still want to stream, so I'm just gonna stream it. I treat my time frame as somewhere in this time I'm going to stream. And I know it's not something that people might not like, but I'm sorry. Okay, we're trying. I'm trying to ease into this. I don't want to just try to just grind, even though I'll do this anyway, regardless if I'm streaming or not, unless something IRL prevents me from doing so. I draw in the mornings regardless if I'm streaming or not. But I want to ease into it until we can get something a little more concrete down the line. So if you're hearing this, bear with me, okay? I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to work on everything in the near future as much as I can. So I want to get down the idea that she's looking right at us. And my goal is to like have her like she has a look like she's like, oh, like she's a bad person or whatever, but she's really not. It's like she's I imagine there's someone who is judged by her looks, but she's actually not a bad person at all. And it kind of plays into the theme of her story. But on the other hand, her darkness is what drives some of the plots, and I want to put that in the story as well. I don't know if I should sketch in the eyebrows. I don't want to just do it like a black line. You know, we're still in the sketch. I just want to put the eyebrows there. When I do the this is like a rough sketch. So when I start like lining it up a little more next, I'm gonna lighten this up and then put more detail in, and I guess I'll do the eyebrows then. I don't know. Sometimes I do too much in the rough sketch, and it kind of like slows me down a little bit. Something I gotta work on. So what I'm going to do, and oh, this is the settings that I was talking about, right? You see how if you were here yesterday, you see how I was like sketching the lines. I got it set up this way so it doesn't work properly when I do that. That's one way of curbing my bad habit. So my lines are a little more confident with these settings. You know, I say I have trouble starting out, but once I get started, I feel like it turns things start working better for me as far as the progression of how I draw. It's amateur hour, but you know, it's just I'm working through it. I like to try to do better, you know, even though it's just something that I do for fun. And that's what the webcomic will be too. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna get a domain and put it up, you know, once we start doing pages on stream. That's another goal of mine. I want to do 7 character meshes for the scene, the first scene, and then start doing pages and start solidifying the pages because this part of the story has already been edited, and I think this as far as I can go with it, so I can at least do the beginning pages, some of the prologue. I would say about most of the prologue. I think is fully edited. So edited edited. Sorry, edited edited, and yeah. So I can start putting the pages in stone. Basically, I'm very excited about that. Is that something? Is this something that people do? I wonder. Like, do people write on stream? I'd be willing to show that, you know, if there was an interest. But I mean, you know, like I said, I'm just starting out, so it's not like I don't expect people to watch that. So it's like I don't even consider that right now. Besides what I just said briefly, you know, I'm doing the hair now. It's like I want to try to avoid doing the clumps because as you can see how I sketch, you see these sketchy lines. Uh, I would, you know, when I used to do when I was younger, is I would sketch every strand of hair. That's really not a good idea. It doesn't come out right. Unless you're doing like a hatching. Welcome back, 99. Unless you're doing like a hatching thing, which is something that I am not good at all, but I tried to. Yeah, it's something that I try to do. It's something that I'm not good at all, but I try to do in every one of my pictures. I'm trying to add hatching techniques. I feel like when my line art is done, it's very plain. So I like to try to add detail into my line work. And that was one way I thought of doing it, but I'm not very good at hatching. I'm going to try to add that here. Um, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we'll see. We will see. You know. But yeah, it's a very very bad habit that I used to do. I didn't mind it, and I like doing it. And I even got like some compliments about it, like because that was the only thing that would be hatched would be the hair. The only thing on the entire drawing, maybe like some very light hatching here and there, like maybe I don't have an artist on hand right now that I can compare it to, because I did my art style was like Yoji Shinkawa and a mix between a classical comic book style, I would say, and maybe some anime too. As an artist, when I saw you doing that, I would think, boy, you're doing too much. Yes, I didn't see it that way at the time, and in some ways, I'm still working through that, is doing too much in the sketch, like now. But yeah, yeah, I can see that, as I know how much time that took. Yeah, it took too long, I would say. But I thought it looked great. I don't know. I like doing it, but I now I'm trying to do it in clumps, but it's still something that I am learning is how to do in the best way to do it. I don't want to make it too comic booky, but at the same time, I want it to look like hair. So thanks for the blocks and eggs. You're welcome. Yeah, you would have been logged in, but I accidentally crashed the server. It started raining, and I said time to fly, and I got within 900 blocks of Thief within like 2 minutes, but I was going too fast and I crashed the server. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sure if you were loading in to keep something going, you didn't miss too much. You weren't offline for that long, maybe like 40 minutes at the most. I have a trident with Riptide that I specifically made for moving quickly, so I don't need my bird anymore. Yes, I gotta put the portals in. My center area for the project that I'm working on involving the Guardian Temple has been completely filled in. I'm doing the outer area. It doesn't take me long. I had like hundreds of thousands of blocks on hand, so I just went ahead and did it yesterday, and now it's all filled in. So it's only a matter of time before I can. I'll probably will have a build by this weekend for sure. I'm not going to do any adventuring until I have my build started. I put it off for too long, even though there's still some dimensions I want to go in, so I can have those blocks on hand and decide right then and there if I want to add them to my build right now, right this second. I'm going to hold off on that because I already know what I want to do, so I have enough blocks for that. But yeah, I'm going to definitely going to try to set that portal up. I don't know if I want it in where the Guardian Temple is or if I want it somewhere else. I kind of want it in the other place, but I'll see. I'm almost done with my botany pots and storage. Yeah, I gotta work. I gotta start that too. Collecting things is it's becoming a detriment because I'm not doing anything with them yet. Basically, just being a hoarder at this point. Yeah, this you want to the general flow of the hair. I went with a faux bob. That's how you say it, right? Faux faux. I went with a faux bob with this character. I always imagine her having like shorter hair styles. Maybe this is why probably like the longest that I've drawn her with this style out of the two times that I drew her. No, that's not true. I don't have it within reach. Or do I? Your luck. Might be a little dark. I don't know. But I drew this character. This is her. I took this back tattoo. She doesn't have this back tattoo anymore. This is a long time ago I drew this. And this is a completely different character. They're just sitting there. I drew it on a notebook that I still have to this day. And her hair is back length here. So actually three times I drew her. I completely forgot about that until just now. But you just saw the old version. As you can see, the anatomy is not great. The anatomy is not great. She's sitting down. I made that tattoo, but I took the tattoo off that character and put it on a different character. It's like a snake tattoo. And I did that on one of my the practice mesh that I showed you. Has she that is the character that has that tattoo now. So I've already drawn that tattoo and textured it and put it on that character. I have to learn how to do that in Blender though, so but it shouldn't take long. So when I do that character, you'll be seeing the new updated version of that back tattoo. It's a snake in the infinity symbol pose with some orchids around it. Uh, yeah, that character is. I picture that character in the Yakuza, or you know, at least affiliated with that organized crime group. So um, I gave her that tattoo because it would fit, and I designed like the whole sleeve and everything, the sleeve, the back. It goes from the collarbone all the way down to somewhere in between her forearms, so she can keep it covered when she's in plain clothes. Because they, you know, there are places in Japan where they don't allow tattoos at all for that reason, for because of the yakuza. So I thought, okay, if that's a thing in Japan, then I'll have it stopped so that way if she wore proper clothing, she would be able to get into certain establishments without being turned away. I need to test some item routing. We have pipes, I think, but I don't know if you'll be willing to use those. I know that might not fit your aesthetic. I need to do that too. I'm using uppers and downers though for currently. Sometimes that's enough for what I need it for. I have to take into account the gems and the extra things. Oh, you still needed that uncrafting table, right? I put that in there too. I didn't know if you still needed it or not, but since I had a bunch of maze focuses and you know it was just workbenches from there on out, I went on ahead and just gave you one anyway, just in case. If you don't need it, you can give it to Thief or something. Maybe she doesn't have one. We only have fluid pipes. Okay, I guess that's for the XP for creative or create. Sorry, or I did need that thing. So yeah, I remembered you said you needed that, so I went ahead and just put that in. Good. It's very useful to have. I've been using it as well. I find a lot of armor, a lot of diamond armor and whatnot, and if I needed extra diamonds, which I don't, because Thief gave me a whole lot from her mine, from her miner, so I don't need any diamonds right now. But when I make my diamonds, I'm planning on incorporating all the minerals into my build in some way, shape, or form, depending on the theme of the area. I'm sorry. We'll just ask her. She'll give them to you. I know we're all AFK for most of the day, but you know, when I pop on later in the day or before I go AFK, um, she she sometimes gives me the stuff that stuff. She gave me the stuff for the miner, and I gave her some rainbow jelly that I found yesterday. And I got the egg for that too. So now I can build with that. I almost forgot about that glass. I want to incorporate that into my build. I have a lot of colorful things, colorful blocks. I have to try to. I want to use them, but I want to make sure I don't create some kind of technicolor horror. I mean, I know it's Ballervania, but it's not supposed to be that baller. You know, it's not supposed to be garish. It's supposed to look good. So I'm gonna have to try to spread that stuff out somehow. I don't want it so that it just looks like somebody just a unicorn just vomited all over my build. Check out my saplings. There's so many colorful leaves. Yeah, I got the Twilight saplings with the color leaves on it, the rainbow leaves. But that's not supposed to be my the build as a whole. There's like a little like a mystical area that I wanted to make um somewhere underground that had all that stuff. It wasn't supposed to be like the entirety of my island. It's not a rainbow thing. It's just for like the magical aspect of it. That makes sense. I don't know why I'm putting these lines in. To be honest, I'm sorry. I'm trying to like determine the flow of the hair. Yeah, a faux bob. That's where I was at. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked with Minecraft. A faux bob is what I went for with this, and I do have a reference for that, and I'm trying to get the flow of the hair down right. I'm not a hairstylist, okay? I'm just trying to understand like which way the hair should go. And this won't be the final product. I'm not this isn't gonna be how our hair looks. Hey, little thief, welcome. Good morning. I gave Diamond Trunk to Hoax. Yeah, yeah, she did, didn't she? I was there. I was online when that happened. But yeah, yeah, it's a faux bob, and I'm just trying to get the. I hear Capcom versus SNK. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If that's too loud, let me know. I'll turn it down right now. That I don't know. That's that's London. It's a London stage. They went. I think that's the only track in that game that has lyrics in the fighting game. Everyone likes that stage as a result of this song. Like I don't. There's a lot of people who are fans of Capcom versus SNK 2 that really enjoy this song. I like it too, so I put it in. Dudley's in the background. A lot of people want him for Street Fighter 6. I dabbled with playing Dudley in Street Fighter 3. I wouldn't call him my main. I think I was more of a Makoto and Oro main in Street Fighter 3. But Dudley has a lot of fans, and I actually, honestly, I for their sake, I hope that they come back. I hope that they bring Dudley back for Street Fighter 6. I might even try him. Hello, 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 hello. But yes, anyway, the flow of the hair. I'm just trying to like. I'm not gonna. I'm probably gonna leave it like that until I start making it actually look like hair. I just want to try to get an idea of what I want. It should go like this, but I added this little piece here because I wanted to give her like a messy hairstyle, but I don't know if I nailed that that look, but that's okay. Like I said, I was going for an alternative look, so I'm trying to stay within that aesthetic, but um I don't know. I know a lot of there's a lot of alternative styles that rock bobs for the most part. So I went with that myself, but I don't know if that's actually a thing. Like I said, I'm not a hairstyle trend person. I'm not up on what's going on here. This the story that she's in is kind of like it's kind of sort of futuristic. It doesn't take place in this time. It's a little further in the future. And my webcomic though is starts in 1972. It's more of a contemporary story, but the events of that kind of have ramifications on the future and history. I'd see it as an alternative history. Like it does follow some actual events to an extent, but it's not the focus of the story. It's still an original story. I didn't want to rely on actual events. It's just like a background thing. I may have said that before. I'm sorry if I'm repeating old things. But yes, okay. I think a lot of this is going to be shadow anyway. You said I didn't give something. Oh yeah, diamonds. Yeah, yeah. You said that Deep Thief did not give you diamonds, but she gave you a diamond chest. So because you said you did not get diamonds from Thief, she's asking you what do you need so she can give it so she can give it to you. I'm assuming that's the line of conversation here that we are well that you guys are on. I'm just looking. Also, she looks very serious, like deadly serious. That is, I'm so glad you said that, Thief. That is what I was going for, but um, yeah, Ace gets a chest of diamonds, but I get a chest. Well, your chest is made of diamonds. You could say, there's a glass half full there, right? Right, 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 guys, right? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take out everything that is extended in this playlist. I don't want to. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to listen to "This Is True Love Making" for the next 15 minutes, unless you really want to. You tell me. I don't know if you want me to change it. If you want to change the song, I have some things that were extended for some reason. I don't know why I put that in there, But if you want to change, you just let me know. If you want to listen to something else, I don't know. It's all random anyway. I don't know. That's so you're gonna get what you're gonna get, and we're all gonna have to get it. I need some mob eggs and saplings if you're offering. I don't have the Drowner egg 99. I am still in the hunt for that. I see more Drowner girls than anything since I spend a lot of time on the water now. Now that I'm actually working on my build, and we'll most likely get that before I get an actual Drowner. But yeah, I'm looking on. I was looking for that for a diving gear, but I don't need it anymore. My armor keeps me alive. I don't even have to come up for air anymore. Like I can let myself drown and not die. Doesn't even matter. I just don't need air. I don't need air anymore. That's how strong my armor is. I'm glowing. I'm glowing like a Super Saiyan. Ask Steve. She saw me. I misplaced my helmet yesterday, but I found it. I accidentally right clicked and somehow that I don't know. Somehow that happened. It must have been lag or something. I'd never right clicked on any armor. Next thing I go into my inventory to put something in the chest. The next thing I'm wearing a leather helmet. I'm like, oh please tell me that my helmet did not just magically change into a leather helmet after all I've done. I need dragon scales to make that armor. Okay, I don't even know how to repair it. It's got mending stuff on it though. Um, but I do know this: if I copy it for some reason, it does not copy mending. I guess it's some kind of balancing thing. I don't know why. It doesn't copy mending or soulbound. Yes, I was so scared. Yo, I was about to have a heart attack. I was like, man, please. And you know what? I wasn't even going to make another helmet. I was just going to keep going without a helmet. And that would have been bad because, I got like respiration 10 on my helmet. That would have been bad for my build. That would have been so frustrating. I had to keep coming up for air. Uh, just with the helmet missing alone, I lost more than half of my life, which I didn't know it did that much for me. Okay, you know what? Even though I'm not even listening to the song, I'm tired of it. I'm changing this. There. Sorry. I had enough. I had enough of true love making, okay? That's great. When you play that game on long enough, it's like, yeah, oh yeah, this is a cool song, but you don't want to listen to it for 20 minutes. The idea was just to put the thing on there, okay? Not to get I don't know why I got the extended version. I gotta change that one day. I got a couple of extended songs in there that I need to change. Anyway, I sketched in. This is how the sketches look on this tablet. That looks bad. I don't even have a form here. You see that? This is why I needed my settings yesterday, but it's back. It's all back now. It's all set. And I know what I did, so I can fix this. Okay. Which size you drawing at? That was drawn at 1, I believe, which was probably not a good idea in hindsight. I'm drawing at 3 now though. That's bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that assaults your eyes, people. I'm really sorry. My settings had reset and I wasn't sure what happened. All I needed to do though was just turn off WinTab and turn it back on again, and that fixed it. I never had to do that before, but that's what happened. I figured that out as soon as I ended the stream. This would have never happened if I had my correct settings. I have my settings this way. See, there's like a small bit of a delay. This is what happens. Sketch at 7. Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that next time because I don't want to. I'll keep that in mind though. Thank you, 99. This is what happens when I sketch like this, because this is kind of a bad habit of mine. I think I already demonstrated this before you came in, but this is what happens. This is what happens when I sketch. See how it has that little EKG heart monitor thing? I have it set up so that it does not allow me to sketch this way. And that is what I was missing yesterday. My settings had reset for whatever reason. and I had to embarrass myself for two and a half hours or so. It's not a big deal though. I can work through it, but I am taking steps to undo my bad habits, and that was one way I did it by having the equipment that I have here, this Huin and the companion app, literally limit me from sketching in that way. Now my lines are a bit more confident this way, and hopefully, one day when I take the training wheels off, I won't do that again. And there's also the pressure sensitivity and all that stuff with the tablet that helps too, because if I were to draw in Photoshop like this, my lines would be very plain, and that's what I mentioned earlier. My line art looks a little plain when I draw in Photoshop. Like I do line weights and stuff, but even then, it's like I don't know. It's something that I just started doing. I didn't really care about line weight. I just did the line, and then I let my color and shading basically carry the drawing. But I like that. I'm trying to work on the foundation, so just that's what I have to say about that. I'm trying to get better at doing this stuff. Let me see how seven looks now. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. Literally won't let me sketch, and that's exactly what I want. But I like that. I like that line weight. I'm definitely going to use that. Thank you again. I'm not going to use it now because I already have. Because maybe when I do the line art, I'll use seven for the shading areas. And I do line weights and whatnot. It would also help if I because I have it on author. Author does have a little bit of uh thickness to it, but at least it's not writer. Like this is what my lines would look like. It would look more like this writer. Author is normally this straight too, this heavy, I would say, but it seems to have changed. It doesn't normally look like this. We're working through it. Okay, we're going to get there one way or the other. If I gotta force it, then it's going to get forced. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to try to usher in these changes. Okay, I'm looking at a black jacket now. I do want to add the texture of leather because I want to start working on clothes. Leather is something that I'm still trying to learn how to do properly. So I kind of wanted to add this. I added this jacket on to the character just for that reason. As far as like how it bends and forms around the character, it's part of the reason why I wanted to do a portrait with someone that has a leather jacket. This is one of two uh characters that wear leather jackets. One of them is in the webcomic, so you will be seeing that character soonish. I think about maybe seven or eight characters in. Yeah, you'll get to see that. And that's another thing in as far as 3D sculpting. Yeah, I'm a little light with clothes, right? Like I can make some very basic clothing, but I'm when I'm done with the topology, I'm going to take some time to learn how to actually sculpt actual clothing in Blender. I'm going to practice that off stream, but I will take it on stream eventually and try to do it on stream. I don't want to fumble about on the stream. I don't want to waste anyone's time unless you want to see me do that. That's fine. I mean, I guess. But I do have some. I do like to consider myself a line doodler of some sort. Okay, a refrigerator decorator. All right, I have to live up to my title that I just gave myself. I'm no George R. R. Martin, but I did put a lot of effort into the story. I'm actually kind of proud of it. I'm proud of the way it turns out. 99. I want you when I finish editing it, I want you to read through the second edit if you don't mind. It's a lot more time. It's a little wordy, I must admit, but I know how I'm gonna balance that out. Instead of doing walls of text, I'm just gonna draw more art, more pages, and spread the text out. And I hope that it shouldn't really drag on too much. I think that's one problem that I can self criticize myself for. Is that there's a lot of words for a webcomic, a lot of words. I got literally. It wouldn't take much to turn it into a novel, to be honest. All I would really need is like prose and yeah, and world building. That's really it. Little bit of background world building. That's what I liked about Michael Crichton's work. He did a lot. He was very good at world building, but he would kind of go like for like super deep into it to the point where like if you're reading Jurassic Park and he's explaining what's going on the computer, when you got to hack in and try to figure out what Dennis Nedry did to Jurassic Park. Like they literally have a page where they show what's on the computer. Like it's like the computer text and everything. I felt like he went further than most when it came to like describing what's going on. But again, I don't have a extensive library of authors to draw from. So maybe there's someone out there that's better. That man worked hard on adding too many words. Yeah. I think that was him where like the inner monologue of the character or whatever or it was either that or the prose or the script, the world building would get interrupted by like it went on for so long that it would get interrupted by whatever was going on. Like he would literally like interrupt it and then someone would like, hey, I'm talking to you or something like that, or hey, something, someone would try to provoke a response from the whatever the POV was being told from, almost as if he was the main character was the one who was describing the world in his head, and then he was being snapped out of it. I think that was Michael Crichton. I don't know though. It might have been a different uh author that I'm thinking of, but maybe Dan Brown. I don't know. I read some of his work. I didn't have a problem with it, as long as if you don't have a problem with fiction that centers around fictional uh religious themes, it wasn't bad. I know it was a big, controversy around that author because he kept saying it was all real, but then he recanted it later. I guess he did that to promote the book. I remember the Catholic Church being really angry at him for saying that those things. People have to understand that and, at the end of the day, even though if you live your life by a certain ideal or creed, and someone makes a story about it, you have to understand that it's fiction, and it wasn't really even a criticism, I guess. I don't know. I'm not even really going to get into it, but as a fictional work, I enjoyed it. It may have been inaccurate in some way, shape, or form, but it's not real. So it's like, what's the big deal? Creed, Creed, what, what, Creed? What Creed? Creed, yeah, yeah. You live life by a creed or whatever. Is that what you mean? I'm gonna assume that boxing Creed, yes. Creed was. I have not seen Creed 3 yet. 2 was okay, I guess. The first, I got to see 3 before I firmly decide that the first one was the best one, because that always turns out that way, right? I can't think of a part 3 that was um better than. Actually, you know what? I can. It's called Revenge of the Sith. Was probably the best out of the 3 prequel trilogy films in Star Wars. But I'm a casual, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. I don't consider myself a hardcore Star Wars fan. I do like certain characters though, like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Emperor Palpatine. I believe I said this yesterday because some yeah, Thief, you said do it. And that kind of bring that up, but just to reiterate, those are the characters that I like in Star Wars. If they bring them back, I will most likely watch it. But other than that, I'm a casual. Like I don't really care too much about it. I checked out. I had a mild interest in it for a while, but I checked out after watching The Last Jedi. I just something in me just changed radically, and I was like, I don't care about these movies anymore. And I hardly did in the first place. So whatever. But having said that, I kind of do want to see Ahsoka because I'm a fan of Rosario. I would say I'm a fan of Rosario Dawson's work. I like a lot of things that she's in, so I watch it for that reason alone. To be honest, I don't know anything about the character. I've never seen the Clone Wars. I might watch it one day because it has the characters that I actually like in it, and they're starring in it. So why not watch it, right? But I'm not like a big, like I said, I'm not a big Star Wars guy, even though those are the characters I like. So, uh, oh, I guess I like Mace Windu too. It's only because it's Samuel Jackson. It would have been better if they just allowed him to actually act. It would have been better if they allowed everyone to actually act. Because I like Natalie Portman as well. Uh, she was pretty good in V for Vendetta. Uh, the Professional's a mixed bag for me, but overall, yeah, I guess she was good in that. I don't know. I don't like the way she's portrayed in the Professional. She did a good job acting in it, but I don't like that. I don't know. I feel like she was being exploited as a kid. I don't know, man. It was a very odd vibe that I got from that movie. Even though it's a good movie, it's got great actors in it. But it's like I don't know. When I see people draw fan art of her, I'm like, I don't know, man. It rubs me the wrong way. But anyway, yeah, I guess I like Liam Neeson as well, but he's not in those movies often, 'cause, you know anything about Episode One, you know why. But I guess Qui Gon Jinn's all right. I don't know. It's I'm talking about really surface level things too, because it's not well written. So you know what I was thinking. I think that would be the only fan fiction I would be willing to participate in would be a retelling of Episode One. I would be somewhat interested in doing it. I just don't care enough anymore. Ace, you got any obsidian I can nab? Probably. I'll check. I used a lot of it to what was I doing with that obsidian? I used a lot of it for something. Was it ingots? I want more pod racing media. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but I have this idea for episode one, a retelling of episode one, but I was like, you know what? Instead of doing that, why don't I just take this idea, strip out all the Star Wars in it, and then just make my own thing? That would be much more enticing to me to do. But I do have this pre. I think it's an okay idea for a retelling of episode one. Because for a while I was like, this could have worked. This story could have worked, but it was just the execution. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to rewrite someone else's stuff. Like, who am I, right? I'm not even though George Lucas only did one draft and just went with it. Um, like, who am I, right? I'm an amateur. I'll just make my own story. I need a lot more. I need a lot to make void upgrades to trash all the swords and stuff from the tower. Okay. Um, Oh, that's right. I used some for a makeshift farm. I made a makeshift deadbeard farm. For some reason, when you spawn a deadbeard from a spawner, some of them explode on death. They're not supposed to do that. When they get low health, they pull out a barrel of TNT and hold it over their head for like 10 seconds, and you have to kill them before it goes off. Otherwise, you get no drops. But when they come out of a spawner and you kill them, sometimes they just blow up and blow the drops up anyway. So instead of them destroying the farm, which they can still do, even though the thing is, if you chunk load it, it'll glitch and destroy the blocks, and then you have to log out, log back in, then the blocks will come back. And they weren't, because I don't know, it's like when enough explosions goes off, it makes the blocks glitch out and disappear like they did explode, and then you have to fix it with a relog. So I was like, okay, I'll just make it out of obsidian since you can't blow up obsidian unless you're the Wither, and I used some of the obsidian for that. But I should have a lot, and if I don't have a lot, I'll just get it. I know where to get a lot of obsidian, so I wasn't really like I'm not really stressed over it. Yeah, I'll get some. I don't know when, but I'll get some because I really want to get rid of this water so I can do my build. But I'll get it for you. I think I have some on hand though. At least a stack. I'm anti-loader. What do you mean by that? I don't know if this chain is not even. I don't want to just draw just for the sake of it. I want to make this look, halfway decent. I'm just gonna redo these three links because they are not. They're too big. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to redo the whole thing because I got the stuff underneath of it. I'm sorry about this. Got to do it. Well, I don't gotta do it, but I'm going to do it. This is what happens when you don't have a structure underneath of the drawing. I kind of just sketched it in. It's like nothing. There's nothing to go on here. I'm just doing it. You know what I'm gonna do instead? I'm gonna grab a necklace reference here and use that to my advantage. It's not even chain link. It's like it's a gold rope. I don't like chunk loaders after all the offline crashes No, I'm not talking about chunk loader. I'm sorry if I said it that too. I think I did say it. I'm not using chunk loaders at all. I mean the claim chunk. When you claim a chunk, nothing outside of who is allied with you should be able to affect it. But when enough explosions go off in a loaded or not a claimed chunk, sometimes the blocks will glitch out and act as if they were destroyed. So I made it out of obsidian just so I wouldn't have to restart my client to load the blocks back in because the blocks are technically still there, but you just can't see them, and it looks like they blew up, but they actually didn't. It just glitched out. The blocks would just glitch out. That's what I meant. So to fix that, I made it out of obsidian, so it would not blow up at all since they are immune to exploding. I'm gonna have to make a special farm for that one because it's worth it. It's worth it both for experience and for items. I can cover every mineral with a Deadbeard farm. I just have to take the extra step of opening up all the treasure chests. But he drops um oodles of lapis, iron, gold, and then the chests will have emerald, diamond, so on and so forth, and even the revival dolls, whatever the heck they're called. I don't remember what they're called right now. Oh, and those thrashers I was fighting yesterday, Thief. If you're still here, they seem to drop the most XP. So a farm with those guys might be viable if you just like if you want a straight XP farm. Boy, they grab you and they do not let go. If I wasn't crazy strong, I would have been in trouble. Oh well. Yeah, I went with a necklace set here. It's just a bunch of necklaces. I was gonna just I thought about like I mean I didn't intend to weigh her down like Mr. T with pounds of gold, but I had this thing of her wearing like a necklace set, so I just put a bunch here. So there's like ropes and chains and necklaces with pendants and trinkets on them. I don't know. I just went with it, you know. Once it popped into my head, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put that in and just have her. You know, I'll have like for the most part, I think I wanted to go with a color scheme that would in color theory would accentuate that. So she has like gold, and of course her eyes are going to be like a goldish color, and her necklace is going to be gold. So I was thinking maybe have like a purple uh shirt here, or maybe like a dark or like a dark purple jeans or something, or maybe purple shoes with yellow or gold highlights on them. Like she's a big Lakers fan, because apparently those are like the complementary colors in color theory. I'm trying to keep that in mind too. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to use um, a reference for the eyes here, these cat eyes. I said that I was gonna go with snake eyes at first, but it makes her look super evil, and I didn't want to do that. Like I wanted her to have that look, but like a kind of like that edgy look, but not that edgy. You know, she looked straight up evil when I give her snake eyes, so I went with cat eyes, and I wanted that visual aid so I can imagine the colors that I would use. So it's good to have that to look at something like that. I say I'm not Kim Jong G. You know, he has all the references in his head. You know, not everyone is gonna do that or should be held to that standard. But that's very commendable though. I mean, I guess I could do it. You know, it's not a big deal. I do a lot of stuff from memory, but it's having a reference for things helps. I have some cat eyes over here. It's like a big cat though. Not sure which cat, but it's a big cat, or at least big enough. I don't know. It looks like something that will kill you. um, yeah. I finished doing this gold rope here. I'm gonna have to. I want to keep the circles the same size for the most part, so it doesn't look uneven. Even though it's already all the way zoomed out, I want it to look. See how you can tell what it's supposed to be from back here. That's what you want. Okay, you don't want this amalgamation. I kind of just sketched that in. I phoned that in. I'm sorry. Okay, I was not happy that my settings had changed, and I didn't want to waste any more time trying to fix them because I had already started streaming. But now, you know, I have to test my art programs as well as my sound before I start. So lesson learned. And it's just a simple of just tap the screen, you know. It's not a big deal. It's not I didn't you know like this it never happened to me before, so I didn't think to do it. Normally when I start the program everything works fine. Except for yesterday, of course. Not a big deal though. Just the one little thing you gotta keep in mind. I always wondered, you know, when you see people streaming and like in people who are working through whatever issues, like why does it like I didn't understand before when I was on the outside looking in. I was like, why is there always a problem? You know, it doesn't bother me. I'm not picky, you know, when I watch people, um, regardless of who they are, what they do, or how much they speak. But that's just me. Um, I think that part is easy. You know, you just think out loud. I already do that anyway, you know, at the risk of sounding like a crazy person. It helps me. Sometimes it helps me work through whatever problems that I have. I might say something out loud briefly. And if things are like complicated enough, sometimes that helps with your memory as well, because you said it, you remember what you said, so it kind of helps you that way. Kind of like a almost like a mnemonic, but not really. It's not really a mnemonic, but since you said it. You didn't just think it, but you heard it, and you said it. So that kind of like imprints a little bit more on your memory. If that makes any sense, you just do that. It's not a big deal. Thanks to years of streaming, I do it all the time. Yeah. Yeah, when I try to plan something out, sometimes I'll say it out loud, like with a story or art idea. I'll do it. I think it's normal, you know, normal enough. You know, not everyone does it, but it's not a big deal. I don't have to do that, but I just want to make sure I have something to line up properly when because this isn't really a line art. I'm really just doing more of a detailed sketch now. I want to make sure that I get these necklaces done properly. You know, I just did that there. Hey Trey, good morning. Welcome in. We're doing well, you feel I think you've seen this. I don't know. Yeah, I think you've seen this already. It's a character I've done. I made this character up in high school. I'm giving her a bit of a redesign. I picture her more now. It's like she has like an alternative look. I gave her some nifty eyes here, some nifty cat looking eyes, and a faux bob. And we're just working through that. I kind of phoned in the necklace as I was saying just shortly before, and it's like a little necklace set that I just imagined her wearing. Oh yeah, the Gundam combo, yeah. Yeah, yo, 99. Didn't you have some of those Gundam models? I completely forgot those things existed. Trig yesterday brought up the commercials, and man, I was like, how did I forget that? Because I know Typo had some. He had a couple level 8, 23 hours. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They had them in levels. Like it was like you can like the difficulty of putting them together. I completely forgot about that. I mean, why not do the maximum level all the time, right? I like doing stuff that challenges my creativity or skill or whatever. You know, you'll see that when I start working in playthroughs of things, because that's always something I wanted to do anyway. You know, just for fun. But I'll typically play on the highest level setting unless it gets to the point where it's like, okay, this isn't fun. That's what I'll do. It made those kids look so tough saying it. I never did them. The only model I ever did was a Fast and Furious GTO. I didn't know they had those. Dude, you're not tough. You have bunk beds. Yeah, those kids. Yeah, you know, I say let them go, man. You know, they gotta exercise that whatever is inside of them. I don't know, in some way, shape, or form. Cool factor, that self image. They have to express that in some way, right? Sometimes building a Gundam is the way to go. Grown men do that still. Grown people, I should say. Yeah, let them be kids. The last thing I ever asked for was wanting to be bigger as a kid. Oh yeah, just wait a while. Don't even worry about that one. I'm easy to please. This is what I wanted to do. Something artistic. I'm already doing it. So mission complete, I guess. I want to be an adult so I can stay up now. Look at you, yeah. Not enough time in the day, even if you do stay up. Sometimes, oh yeah, okay, that's turning out pretty cool. You want to stay up now? You go to work at 3 a.m. I don't want to stay up. Sleep. I'm a kid. I want to be up. I'm an adult. I want to sleep. The duality of man. You could call it that. Oh, we somehow hit the color. I don't know what happened there. Just move it back down to black. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Yeah, I remember. I remember not liking naps. I do remember that. I think that's a just a an instinct, an instinctual. If that's a word, memory. It's very very strong reaction to remember not wanting, not liking something or not remembering something, even if you don't remember why. No, that's because mom made you go to bed so early in the day. I remember they made us take naps in kindergarten. So weird. With those dang mats, those mats that weren't clean. Pretty sure I got chicken pox. That's how I got chicken pox. I had chicken pox when I was little. That kind of sucked. You know, it's not like bad. It's like you feel like it always feels like there's like a long period of time where you feel like you're. I remember like how it felt. It felt like a fever kind of, but on top of that, you got these itchy bumps because she wanted to break a break from you going to bed right after Sesame Street at 8 p.m. You just laying in bed fully awake, just hearing life in the summer outside. Wow. I don't think was forced to take naps at home. I don't remember that, but at school definitely, yeah. When I was in kindergarten, I didn't like that at all. I don't even remember like actually going to sleep. I remember like having like spitball fights with other kids while we were taking a nap, just not trying not to get caught by the teacher walking around putting worksheets on the desk while we're all on the floor on the mats taking a nap. Very weird time. It was only the 1 year though. Yeah, it was only the 1 year in K5. K4 we didn't take naps. Had to pretend to be asleep. Yeah, so weird. Okay, continue on with this gold rope here. I'm going taking kind of taking my time with this here. Got a wither skeleton egg, plenty. I should have given you one of those. Yeah, I got that. I got ender. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of eggs. I got a box full of eggs. I can't give you the one. I can't give you the ones yet that I only have one of because I got a copy. Make a copy first. But I have plenty of wither skeleton eggs because I farmed the crap out of the wither uh, a week ago or so for the Nether Stars. I may have to do a couple more for the beacon. I need to make a beacon for my area. Actually, I might not even need to do that because the queen I gave a um I gave a queen bee something that she wanted and she gifted me two end crystals. You use that, isn't that what you use for a beacon, right? Or was it the Nether Star? I don't remember. When you get on, can I get whatever you got? Yeah, I'll get it to you later. Cause like I said, I'm going to follow. Okay, Nether Stars. Okay, I should have enough anyway. Cause I only need six, and I got like eight Nether Stars. I think I'm going to continue following Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday until the topology on my mesh is done. So I'll just be doing digital art until then, and I'll come back on Monday. Monday will be the next stream. So I'll stick with that for a while. Like I said, I like a more flexible schedule. I don't like setting hard line this these days, even though that's kind of how, the site and the culture of this site is built around. I like having flexible schedules. So, but I am going to stick to that for a little while. But that will change. I'll probably do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but at some point. But or if I'm really into when I'm drawing, I'll do the 4 days like I did the first week, like Monday through Monday and then Friday, and take Thursday off. I don't know, but we'll see. We're probably gonna play it by ear. But for now, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Let me see. Let me make sure I see how it looks. It looks very detailed for a sketch back here, though. I might not have to reline this when I do the rest of the lines. I might just leave this like this, or at least just go over it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm taking my time with this. It normally does not take me this long to do anything. Still getting used to talking and drawing. When I'm not talking, I blaze through stuff, but apparently that's not a good thing to do, right? So we're still trying to get that balance going. I don't mind it though. It's not a big deal to me. Is anybody you looking forward to any new releases? I have a huge backlog. I'm not even thinking about new games. I heard about this Stellar Blade. I hear people talking about this game. Is that anything that interests anyone out there? It's like some. It's like basically a sexy chick action game. That's all I can really explain. That's how I can describe it. I only saw a little bit of it. It's only on PS5. I don't think it'll be on PC. So I kind of like memory dumped it. It's like whatever. I'm not buying any more console games. I'm on PC, so if it's not on PC, I'm not going to care about it. I saw another one though, Rise of the Ronin. It actually does look fun, but like I said, that's also currently just on console. I do want to play that. I like those types of games, but that game, Ghost of Tsushima, those are console only, so I ain't gonna be able to see those. I do have Neo 1 and 2. I will stream that one day. I have Sekiro. I want to stream that, and I guess Nier would be the closest thing to Stellar Blade, right? It's a Souls-like Nier game with tight butts. Yeah, a little more than that from what I've seen, but yeah, basically. Any plans to play it? Like I said, I don't have a PS5, and I don't intend on getting one. I'm not even sure if I'd play it if it was on PC. I don't know, like, but like it seems all right. It looks okay, but it's just I don't know. I'm not hyped for it. I'm not currently hyped for anything. The last thing I was hyped for was Power World, and I didn't realize that a lot of people were waiting for it. So I'm glad that it was as successful as it was. I saw an article on it. I think either you or Typo showed it to me, and I was sold on just on based on that. I didn't know people were actually keeping an eye out for that game, but I'm glad they were because now, um, that might we might get more Power World stuff in the future. It got a little grindy when you're trying to go for breeding and stats. Um, it got really tedious. I haven't been playing it, but I basically as soon as I got into the breeding, I was like, okay, let's take some steps back from this now. I do like grinding sometimes. I'll do it for Final Fantasy 11. I'm currently taking a break from that, but I don't like playing too many things that are grindy. I consider Minecraft that way because of the scope of what I build. You got to get all the blocks, you got to get all the stuff, you got to there's a long list of things that I have to do in order to build the things that I want to build. So I consider that the thing. Sometimes I'll play that and 11 at the same time if I can tolerate that. Um, I'm raising another character on 11. It's my original character. I recreated my original character, my Elvon, and I am doing Blue Mage. So you can probably imagine 99 what I am doing, and I needed a break from it. Um, I got all the way up to Wings of the Goddess. I was going to try to do it all on Warrior, but that one escort mission with Aldehyde, I needed AoE, so I had to go back to Blue once again, and because that was the only thing that I had that I was willing to level that would have AoE. Like I didn't want to do Red Mage or Black Mage or anything like that. I will eventually, but just not now. Warrior has lots of AoE. No, it has to be you have to be able to heal Aldehyde too because she gets swarmed so much that while I could stop the AoE, she will die before I can do that. It's too slow on Warrior. War Blue. I still have to level Blue. That's the thing. I thought of that too. But I was like, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna level Blue anyway, right? All my alts are gonna have Blue on them. I don't know why I do this once. I like the job that much. I'm sorry, okay? I like Blue Mage, okay? That's Blue Mage is so inspiring to me that I want to incorporate that in some way in a game, like in my own game. I'm going to share the ideas one day of what I plan on doing for probably my first game. I kind of wanted to do the I have an idea for a beat 'em up. I wanted to do that first, but then the more I thought about this action adventure thing, I was like, maybe I should do that first. And all I would really have to do is just make the story in the setting and learn how to put it all together. I have, like I said yesterday, I haven't done any back rendered any backgrounds yet on Blender, so that's something that I would have to stop and learn. And then there's the coding, but other than that, I can do the mesh. Um, and I have tutorials for effects and various types of games too. Hopefully, on paper, following those should be all I need to do, and then just putting what I learn in practice. But yeah, one day I will play 11 on stream. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save a character slot just for stream and do it again on stream. And then I might every now and then like work in some kind of farming. I was thinking if I ever got to this point where I could do channel points, I could do a channel point redemption for do something in 11. That would be really easy since there's a lot of daily activity in 11. I think that would be I mean if there was enough interest in seeing me play that, I would do that. Do something in 11. I don't know how that would work. Like if I'm drawing cuz everything in 11 takes forever, right? But it would have to be like the shortest thing that I could possibly do like on a whim. But I don't know. Just something that I spitballed to myself. But yeah, I do want to play 11 one day on stream, just to go through it again, showcase MMO. I see a lot of people out there who play. They go through the entire series of 11, or sorry, of Final Fantasy, but a lot of people skip 11. I kind of want to do that as well, but I'm not going to skip 11. I'm going to play all of them, and for that purpose, I'll even let if there is an interest, I'll even let whoever pick the race that I play as long as it's not something. Oh yeah, oh yeah, red guy, blue guy. We always got that. We always got that. Uh, we can do it again. I don't mind. Um, Smash them down once more. it'll probably be better this time because I have more resources to work with. I still have my old character from when we went before. He's so decked out now that it doesn't even, like, there's nothing that can't be done. So if you wanted to, I know you had to, I know you had this stuff with, with all your problems. Oh yeah, yeah. 14, man, I didn't think about that. I'm not gonna skip it. I might like 11 more and be more willing to play 11 over 14, but I do want to do 14 again. Oh man, but I'm thinking about the story right now. Doing that again? I don't enjoy the story as much as I do 11. Even though 11 probably takes longer, I think. Um, no, maybe not. 11 story is now shorter than 14's, I think. 14 actually has a longer story than 11 now. Ain't that crazy? I never thought that would be the thing. But I gotta play blue on 14, man. I haven't done that yet. I'm so glad I saved that card because that's the one thing that I still want to do on 14. And there was another class too. I mostly played tanks on 14. I didn't really play anything else. When we first started playing during the beta, when we had that little group, I did monk because I consider monk one of my mains. I like monk. I played monk in 11 as well. It's a very easy job to get into, and it's very strong. I don't know about how it is now. It was kind of plain Jane because the game had just came out back then, but for the most part, it was okay. You do the combos, you stand in a position until the mob's dead. It's not like that anymore. I think they took out the directional attacks now, so it's probably even easier now. I don't know where it stacks up with the other DDs. I need to teach you 14 blue. Yes, please, because you already know what I'm gonna do the second I get on that that job, and I'm not going to be able to stop myself. So I'm going to need some kind of guidance. Okay, I'm like a warhead. I just go off, and I don't stop till I get there. All right, it's just how I roll. You go all in. I'm AEW all in. Okay, and then I'm all out as a result. Oh yeah, hey, that thing that you sent me, that happens today, right? The evidence. I kind of want to see that, but I don't have a way to see it, unfortunately. They took it away, and I don't watch TV, so I'm gonna need you to relay to me that information. I don't know where I could possibly see that now. I'm sure if I look hard enough, I'll find it, but it's a whole thing. I'm trying to keep it clean here. I don't want to have to deal with any. I don't want to ride dirty. Yeah, it's not. I don't have a way to see it either. Damn, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna try to find a way. Yeah, they took away the site that we used, so they took it down. They found it. They took it down. They hid that pretty well too. Somebody must have read it. Hey, look, I don't know nothing. I don't know what I'm talking about right now, audience. Okay, so don't I don't know. I don't know nothing. Okay, I don't know nothing. Sometimes it be like that. All I can tell you is that I'm tired of paying for subscriptions to things I don't watch, so I don't pay them. So I have very few subscriptions now. I think at present I only have Humble Bundle and 11. That's it. Yeah. Oh well. Maybe one day, but I don't really watch. I don't. I watch Twitch every now and then. That's free though, and YouTube. But I don't really watch too much stuff these days. I really focus on my art projects for the most part, and a little bit of gaming here and there. Oh, when I'm streaming, I'll share my theory about that site takedown. Okay. Yeah, some other organization found it or something. They had like a page where they redirect you to their web. It was something crazy. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but that is what looks like it has happened. What has transpired here. Somebody found out. Because when you click on the page and you watch the stream, it comes off as something else, so you can't see it through Google. So somebody must have read it. They got a rat. That's fine, you know. It's the name of the game. But my family has Netflix and Hulu, and I have access to their account, so I can at least do that if I want to watch something. I just don't. There hasn't been anything that really grabbed me. I heard some good things about Shogun. I keep hearing about Shogun. I kind of want to check that out, but it's not a strong feeling. It's just like, too wrapped up in my own stuff. Okay, now this will be more like a chain link. So I want to make sure I have a chain link necklace here. I know who. Okay, good. I want to hear that. I'll keep your channel up so I don't miss the notification. That way, it should just turn on. Most of the time that happens. In fact, I think I'm gonna get um I think there's a way you can get like extra notifications specifically for your page. So I'm gonna try to set that up too. I thought I had that already, but it might have been uh a different browser on a different build of my rig. Because my rig is different since the last time. I know there was a period where you weren't streaming and they took away hosts and all that. I was looking for that. And I guess they took it away. I didn't even realize they did that. So, but yeah, that was how I had it set up on one of my older builds. I just forgot to reset that up. What are you gonna? Are you doing? Are you doing the Minecraft build again? Or I know you had some IRL stuff that got in the way of the last stream, right? So, are you doing that again? Or are you doing something else? I know what the problem is. I got to make this chain link bigger. Erase some of these these very ancient technology esque lines here. I'm debating between Minecraft or emote drawing. I can't make up my mind. Don't worry. The moment you hit start streaming, you'll decide. That's usually how it goes, right? For a lot of people, I know a lot of people say that. I kind of had that with this project, this current picture too, because I was like, I'm not sure if I want to like what I should draw, and I had the topology, but I didn't want to just copy paste polygons for the next couple days until it was done. That I don't know, that doesn't seem very interesting to me. So I was like, okay, I'll just draw something and do it off stream. That way, you're getting the variety of art that I promised, and um, I'm still completing the mesh of the current step that you've already seen because it's literally just more of the same. So there's really nothing to show unless um, you wanted to see that. I don't know. There's really no demand. It's just whatever I'm streaming at this point. so I decided to do it off stream and draw something else. Minecraft, yeah, I'm fine with it, with whatever. I'm just putting the meat in the seats. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I'm sitting in the seat. I'm cool, whatever. I don't really have any demands for anybody that I watch. Really, it's whatever they decide to show. It's fine. There are certain games that I refuse to watch because I want to play it blind in the future. But and there's sometimes some people in our little streaming network sometimes play those games, so I might not show for that. But anything else is fair game. There are some exceptions. Exceptions. I do like I haven't played any of the Morrowind games. I do want to play them, but they're so varied in what you can do in that game that it doesn't really matter if you watch a playthrough because you can play it a completely different way. Those types of games I don't mind watching even if I do want to play them at some point in the future. Like, okay, yeah, I don't have to do that, and I'm gonna purposefully forget everything that I saw for that reason. I'm not gonna dwell on it unless it's something like super crazy that is like, oh wow, it was something that really grabs you. Then I most likely forget what I saw anyway. All the things I've seen of Skyrim or Oblivion, I can't even tell you what I saw, other than the fact that there are vampires and werewolves in the game, which I didn't know before. I don't consider that a spoiler or anything. So, I don't have to be any of those classes, and I don't. Enemy type is not really a spoiler unless it's something that that is. I mean, unless it is a spoiler, like in a certain case, like I don't know. I don't even know an example. What an example would be. Maybe if you're playing a sequel and there was something from the first game that comes back in the second game that's kind of a spoiler. I guess that would be an example. I don't know. I'm just rambling here, but other than that, I don't consider that a spoiler, so it's not a big deal. I haven't seen anything on Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I'm going to keep it that way until I get to play it because I'm going to play through all the Zeldas. The storage sorting is driving me insane. Oh no. Huh. I've never had these problems that you're having with storage. I built a Hopper network that was more like a round robin. It just keeps circulating until it gets to where the item is supposed to be. And then from there you just do emerald upgrades. You'll never reach the cap at that point with 5 or 6 emerald upgrades in the UI there, but I don't know, that's just me. I did it for Atom. Atom I did manually though, so that's kind of different. I know you're trying to automate it. I'll show you. There's too many random enchanted items entering the system. Oh yeah. That would be, yeah, a box for everything. Um but we do have storage. Sophisticated storage or something like that, right? Whichever one's the drawers or sorry, whichever one is like made by the same person who made the backpacks, they do have the big chests, right? Like with the big inventories that should kind of mitigate that problem, I think. I don't know. I've used them in all the mods. I know we have that stuff too. Sophisticated storage only works with pipes. Okay. Judd is removing it. Got you. Well, we have the chests, right? Or is that part of the sophisticated storage? I don't know. Anyways, well, can you hopper a backpack? Like I can hold thousands of things in my backpack with just a couple of upgrades. Can you hopper items into a backpack? Well, you're gonna avoid it anyway, right? Personally, yeah, if there was only a way to break down because you have to click a button to break that stuff down into the well, I don't know. Do we have a user block? We have a dispenser, but do we have a user block? We had a user block. That would well, no, you still have to click the button. I don't think you can set anything up to do that. Not even in all the mods. You have to do that manually, unfortunately. Oh, wait a minute. But you can there is a way to do it in the world. If there's a way you can automate an anvil crushing it, you can crush gems with the anvil. Can you crush items with the anvil? Reforged items? I have to test that later. That'd be very interesting if you could do that. But you can crush gems with anvils in the world. Only works with gems, I think. There's a crusher in Create. There you go. Yes, there is. The wheels, yeah. That will get rid of your items. I don't know if there's like a byproduct, but it's certain things. Okay. I still gotta get into Create, so I don't know too much about it. But yeah, I do remember seeing the crusher wheel. I'm gonna stretch that link out some. Let's see how it looks all the way. As you can see, we got different looking links here. I can fix that though. Very very hip hop esque chain necklace. But oh well. I'm just gonna stick with it. That's not even how the reference looks. I just added that. I I default to chains sometimes. I drew them so much. A lot of my old character designs have chains. That's probably the Spawn reference. I had this guy. He's like he controlled fire. He had a chain. He had an anchor chain belt around his waist. Not like how it hangs with Spawn, but it's like a more tight and bigger, and it was around his waist. But yeah, I did stuff like that a lot. It was very edgy stuff. I still have that character. He will return in the second story. I've drawn him before too. In in digital form. That's why I took down my fence. So much patience. Oh, the fence. Wait, what fence? Crate Crusher is too big for my tower. The wheels? I've never seen them in the water wheels aren't too big, but I don't know. Maybe the wheels are large. I don't know. I haven't seen them. I've never seen them. I've seen them in the UI, but not in how they look in the world. And I know you can make the windmills any size. I have a very slow windmill, but I only used it to charge my air tank. But now I don't even need that. So, and I have a couple of Hearts of the Sea as well. I'm probably going to utilize some conduits too. I got quite a few maps. I kept most of the maps too. So if you ever need any Hearts of the Sea, I can give you the maps that I have used, and they're other the chests are already uncovered and everything. I left them there. So some easy treasure maps or some easy treasure buried treasure. It's not even buried anymore. I guess call it treasure at this point. Oh yeah, that's right. I said I wanted to change that link. I'm going to finish this chain and then I am going to stop. That is my current goal. I know I took more time than I should have on these necklaces. Um, I apologize for that, but at least the settings are working now, so we can go on. And just very intricate stuff. Anyway, kind of takes a while. I tried not to, because it's a habit of mine to have some kind of super detailed stuff. I like doing that stuff. I'm sorry if this is not anyone's cup of tea, but I'm trying to limit that. I decided to do this. These aren't too bad. I think I have gold. I guess these are gold ropes, right? This isn't a gold rope, is it? It's like I forget what they call this. I have to re up my knowledge on necklaces. I'm sorry, I'm not a jeweler. Okay, I think this would be considered a gold rope, but yeah, there weren't. These aren't going to be like this, so I might do some of this off stream just so I can move on and not get bogged down in doing this on Monday. Um, I'm going to be doing topology, trying to get that done until then, and hopefully working on the next step of the mesh that I want to show on stream, which would be texturing, and after that hair, and then it should be done because rigging ain't going to take long at all. I can do that no problem, and then we can start getting the character sheets done for that character, the first character. But yeah, I went with this character because the first couple of characters it's pretty much just going to be dudes for the whole time. So I was like, okay, I'll mix it up a little bit, and so I decided to draw this. That's what I'm doing here. I'll probably do another different when this character is done. I'll line up another character to draw to offset the next character or whatever else I'm doing. So we'll see. They are in the middle of the story starts in Cambodia, in the middle of Cambodia during the Vietnam War. So it's going to be a bit of a sausage fest. So we're going to find some ways to try to break up that kind of content a bit. Also, I want to work on a logo for the comic and some channel stuff too that I have planned for the future. I don't know if I'll stream that, but the logos definitely. I want to make like an insignia that's gonna be in my webcomic. I meant to do that before I started streaming, but I get sidetracked easily, so sorry. Or actually, I'm not sorry. I just because I can always stream it. Enchantment and durability or jamming up the system. Normally they have what do they call it? Was it NBI? I think it was called something like that. Is there a setting for that? I forget what it's called. But basically, you can set up a system to not to ignore durability. But since I've flip flop between builders and light and all the mods, I've been doing that for years now. Sometimes my knowledge runs together because they share a lot of the same mods now. I mean, so it's kind of hard to keep track of what's possible and what isn't possible. In all the mods I know, I don't have to worry about that because it has everything. But when I go into Builders Delight, I have to remember what I can and can't do sometimes. I think it's NBI. I could be getting that wrong. In something. I don't know. There was a way to do it though. I'm not pressing that hard. Oh, it's probably because I'm zoomed in. I was gonna say I'm not pressing that hard. Why are these lines so thick? I was like, oh wait, no, I'm zoomed in like super far. I drew this at like a super high resolution. Well, I didn't change it at all. It's not at 1920 by 1080. I did this because when I drew stuff, I wanted to add as much as possible so I could use it as reference for the webcomic later. And I kind of just kept the resolution there. But I mean, I guess I can resize it at some point. It's not a big deal. It's not. There's no lag or anything, so I'm just gonna keep going. I was making reference sheets for my mesh. I had a bunch of. I would put these huge resolution image files here, and I would put a bunch of references in that file so I can keep them all in one file. Is this a Wacom table? This is a Huion tablet. It's basically like a monitor, and I just have my monitor stretched to the tablet, and I'm drawing on that. It's Huion, Huion, 24-inch drawing tablet. I had a Wacom. 99 gave me his old one, but there was a short in the wire now, so it doesn't work. And my first one, what's funny? My first bamboo tablet, Wacom bamboo tablet, it had a feature in the stylus where not only can you use the buttons, but if you flipped it around, it would act as an eraser. It was the only tablet that I've ever had that would do that. And I expected all bamboos to do that, but apparently they don't. It took me a while to not get used to that. I have to hit the eraser from now on, which is E, and then erase there. Huion is amazing. BRB getting food. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this chain real quick. I know we're gonna slightly go over the time here, but that's okay because I kind of started late anyway. Um, I'm gonna try to finish this ASAP. Well, I'm not gonna rush it, but because look what happened when I rushed it without my settings. But still, I still kind of phoned it in there, and I don't like doing that. I think the necklaces were the last thing I worked on yesterday before I ended the stream. So I want to at least get these high detailed things out of the way, so that way when I come back on Monday, um, and I might finish the rest of these necklaces just so I don't. I already said this, but I'm thinking about just keeping on finishing all of these out. That way I don't use another stream on the necklace. Not that it really matters. I'm sure that sticking on one thing too long isn't too entertaining, right? That's what you got to do. But I actually don't have to do it, but whatever. But I'll consider it. I don't know. I remember. Oh, Wacom table. Yeah, that's what I heard. No, you know what? It was Juan. Juan is the first person I heard of a Wacom table. That was when they had the big ones though, the big desk ones. he was saying that that was like the best thing that he'd ever seen, that was good for drawing. In a way, I guess he's right, especially when it's that large. I know there's a lot of people out there that had the big drawing desks, the traditional ones where you're just drawing on the paper and you got the light and all that. But they got Wacom tables like that too. Guess I can see how you need to get unused to that pencil not functioning as an actual pencil. That is a nice feature now that I think about it. Yeah, it was, man, but I had to shorten that wire too. And you know, I didn't really do anything with it. You know, I drew on my laptop, and I would just put the tablet over the keyboard and just disable the keyboard commands, and then just draw on that. And all I'd have to do was just flip the pencil around and erase. It was so easy. I preferred that and using basic brushes so that way I wouldn't rely too much on digital art perks. That way I could easily switch from traditional pen and pencil or paper, or pen or pencil and paper, back and forth from digital art to that, you know, on the fly. You know, I wouldn't lose too much. I wouldn't have to worry about, oh, let me try to transform this. Oh wait, I'm on paper, you know, something like that. You know, I don't think I have that problem. I don't even think that's an issue, but that was my thinking at the time. Effort beats tech, yeah. I didn't yeah, I didn't want to lose my ability to draw in real life. So, but now, you know, I don't think it matters. You know, as long as you're putting into practice the same fundamentals, so it doesn't really matter. The medium ain't gonna really matter. I think sculpting has helped my drawing a lot. On that note, like I haven't drawn anything in a while because I've been working on you know, getting the stream up. Well, besides the animations I did for the stream, um, but it's mostly just been 3D meshes. I've been putting up most of my time into that, and when I came back to this, I was surprised that I didn't have to fumble too much, or I didn't have to shake off too much rust. Because normally when I don't draw for a while, I feel so rusty. Maybe it's just a mind thing, you know, not doing something for so long. I feel like that sometimes when I don't play, because I play Street Fighter Ranked, and I haven't been playing it since I've been streaming, which is about 2 weeks now, and I'm always afraid. Oh man, I was just learning that combo. I just got that combo down. I'm gonna When I go back on, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna go down a couple of ranks because I think I'm not gonna play. And the opposite happens. I actually gain rank. Like I go back in, I get it in, I get the combos that I was working on in like 3 tries. I'm like, oh okay. Then I'm like, the muscle memory is there. So it's more just, I guess it's more just paranoia than anything. I'm sure many artists have actual artistic skill who use the tech. Yeah. Um. Well, I don't know who's doing what in the comic industry now. I think people like Jim Lee are still doing it in the way that they've always done it. I know he streams, and I think he does it. He still does the drawing traditionally, but they've had digital artists back then too in the '90s. So you know, it wasn't a widespread thing. But personally, I don't really pay attention to the wit medium that people do. You know, if they can get what they're trying to do across, it's more power to them. This chain link doesn't make any sense, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. It's this one. This one's kind of out of place. It's because I added this at the end. The perspective is wrong. I'm not gonna leave it because I just erase it. I could probably go down a little bit like that. It looks a little better, but now this link looks smaller than that link. It's like a cascading effect now, and your perception of it kind of changes. Oops. But it's okay. We could just. I don't want to go back too much. You know, because I'm trying to get this done and then stop. But it's not gonna be it's not gonna be like a perfect. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a. It's okay. I can always fix it off stream if I have a problem with it. That if it's that big of a problem. I am working a little bit slower. Normally it takes me about I can I like if I when I take my time it takes me about like I would say within 3 days to finish a picture like this. But I'm also working on it longer than the stream time that I've chosen in those times. I haven't been starting my art early like I normally would. I wake up early, but I haven't been starting until until I come on the stream. Normally I draw sooner than this, so I have more time to devote to it. So I would say maybe like 15 hours total over 3 days. So that's like what? That's 5 hours per like if I do it work on it every morning to do the whole picture, but I am taking my time, so probably going to be a little more than that. But we're going to work on this. We're going to work on everything, so that time will go down. I think I finished pictures within one sitting before. It's just I'm not going to grind it out. Welcome back, 99. I would have to come on. I would have to come on sooner in order to do that and know exactly what I want to draw. I'm just like trying things out here, so and it's been a while since I've drawn anything because normally I've been doing the 3D stuff like I said. But um I feel like that sculpting. I already said this, but yeah, I feel like sculpting has really helped me improve my drawing ability. I might leave that like that, even though it's kind of wrong, or I might fix. I'll leave it like that for now, and I'll just fix it off stream. I only do. I'm trying not to like progress anything. I'll save it for a stream. It's good spatial recognition practice. Yeah, yeah. I say, well, yeah. It. I would say the speed is there for mesh for creating a mesh. I completed that mesh in like a week and a half, so it was actually faster than I typically would take when I was practicing it. I would like to do it to a point where I just spend a few days on it and just be done with the entire process. Once I get it down, it's gonna be. I think that's when there'll be like some more streamlined scheduling here. I wake up sooner. Like okay, I know I can finish it today, so I just no oh no, like I forget the remesh setting here, or oh um set the pivot to 3D origin and I can't mirror it. Oh no, what do I do? I got to figure this out. I don't have to worry about any of that after a while. So okay, the necklace is done. I kind of want to keep going, but I can't, unfortunately. We didn't do much progress here, and I kind of went with the hair. Blender's a nightmare. I hope that Humble Bundle is good so I can get it and understand it. Yeah, yeah, it isn't. I don't think it's that. I don't know. I don't know like the perspective that you're seeing it in. So I can't really say. But I learned on ZBrush, and I don't know if it was because of that made me grasp Blender more, but easier because there's enough difference to where you have to like sit back and be like, okay, so how do I? It's mainly the transitional phases between uh sculpting. Sculpting was more or less the same. Some of the brushes are a little different, but I just struggled with the UI and terminology. Yeah, it's a completely different UI between Maya, uh, Substance Painter, Blender. and ZBrush. So you have to learn each of those. Like the more programs you have in your process, that's more you have to learn. As someone who didn't know anything about it, I was very happy that I was able to get it relatively quickly. Like I said, I had it down like within a month, so I'm glad that I was able to do that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know your process of learning a new medium or art in general. I just know that you have your own process. I know you have your own process. I'm not really sure. It's not something that I don't think you've ever really talked about it, to be honest. Like how you tackle art. I think you might talk about the subject, but like not the process, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember anything anyway in that regard. But um, yeah, I'm sure I'll try for 3 months. I did 100 tutorials. I'll pop off on all of that on my stream. Okay. Yeah, people make. I know a lot of people do the donut thing. I didn't. I just went for it. I was like, you know what? Forget a donut. I'm not doing a donut. Okay. I'm gonna go straight for a human, and it worked out. I don't know. I sat down and I developed a process. I was like, okay, what was a sculptor uses? Anatomy for sculptors. All right, cool. I saw what I had done without any knowledge, and it was pretty bad, but not unlike what other people do when they first start. I've seen people do the same thing. They carve into the sphere, because they always start with a sphere or a cube. Yeah, yeah. I'm not doing a donut. Forget that. Um, like no, man. I'm not here to do donuts. I'm here to do humans. And there's a lot of tutorials out there that do not show you humans, which is very frustrating. So I had to go out of my way to find out what I wanted to do. Everything that I want to do in art is very specific. I don't just do things just to do it. I don't want to learn how to. I don't want to learn how to make a weird. I don't know, something that doesn't interest me. It has to interest me. I like drawing people, so that interests me. So that's what I learned, and I figured out a way to do it. So the only thing I got to work on is just normal stuff that I've always needed to improve on, which is clothing, hair. I could do hair though. Hair is not that bad, but clothing, it's just very very basic tunics and pants. It would be easier for me to just find free assets of clothing and just dress my characters that way. But I want to learn how to do it myself. Okay. I don't want to rely on pre-made assets because if you ever decide to do something else with your meshes, that could cause you trouble. You don't know where those meshes came from. You don't know the licensing behind it, or at least that could be a possibility. And yeah, I'd rather just create my own thing. So I'm learning how to do that now. I only think I did like boots. I found some boots online just to see how boots looked on a character. I did that, but I can make a boot now. It's not a big deal. I can do that because I know a method of how I can do it. But like if I did and you saw that I could do like the way I did pants for that character. You just do that and you just sculpt in the creases and the folds and how folds form on the body. That's all you really have to do. But like add a collar, or pockets, things like that, buttons. Um, that I've never actually done, so it's going to take a little adjusting. But yeah, we differ on a lot on the learning. Yeah. I don't know how you tackle things. I would like to know though. That'd be interesting. But yeah, I'm going to stop it here. I know it was a little short stream, but we will return Monday with more progress on that day than what we've done here. Only did the two necklaces, the hair, and the eyes, I believe. But we're going. I just wanted to get one in today, and we did that. I'm gonna try to do better next week. I'm gonna be back on Monday. We're gonna continue working on this. Hopefully, I'll have the apology done by then. The second I get to the next step, we will stream that whenever that comes up. Okay. Thank you all for coming here. I appreciate you being here, and I will return on Monday if my schedule and life allows. I don't have a way to let you know if anything changes, unfortunately. I need to work on that. There's a lot of things I need to work on, but